In this week's court report, the area man who originally pleaded not guilty to the child abuse and neglect charge he's facing after being arrested following an investigation accusing him of causing numerous cigarette burns on the arms, legs, back, and chest of an 11-year-old child residing in his home, appears in court recently for a change of plea hearing. Davin Obar now has a sentencing date set in district court. This after previously rejecting a plea deal and now recently changing his plea, thus avoiding his set trial date. During Obar's latest court proceeding, the court outlined the case history and reviewed the defendant's change of plea. The court then proceeded to canvass the defendant and finds Obar's new no-low plea to be given freely and accepts entry of said no-low plea. The prosecution outlined the state's evidence in this case. Additionally, the defense waived the 14-day rule regarding the PSI report. Then Obar's attorney, Jonathan Nelson, also made an oral motion for the court to grant fees for an unspecified evaluation of the defendant. The court concurred and granted the motion. Finally, the court set Obar's sentencing for June 15th. Also recently in court, Charles David Plinsky, the local man who has had repeated, often violent run-ins with local law enforcement. During Plinsky's sentencing hearing in district court, notably the defendant's now former attorney, Thomas Gibson, requested to sit on the state's side of the courtroom. Then Plinsky addressed the court and outlined the issues he has with Mr. Gibson. Plinsky states that he has spent only a total of about 2 hours in the past 10 months speaking with Mr. Gibson. Mr. Gibson then informed the court that the mental health court denied the defendant's application. Plinsky argues in regards to Mr. Gibson withdrawing as his attorney of record, but is still requesting payment. The court grants Mr. Gibson's request to withdraw and instructs him to file a financial affidavit. Gibson then provided clarification regarding conflict with Plinsky after being sworn in and testifying in court. Then Plinsky further addressed the court regarding financial and other issues with Mr. Gibson and discovery evidence issues with the court. Finally, the court instructs the defendant to submit his financial affidavit to the court regarding being allowed to appoint an attorney in his case. The court reviews the details of the defendant's OR release and states that Plinsky is not allowed to consume medical or recreational marijuana, and Mr. Gibson requests a no-contact order between him and the defendant's wife. The court continued this matter to May 11th and then granted that no-contact order for Mr. Gibson. This has been your court report. I'm Eunette Gentry for News 46.